I'm Newton Bud Leger, and I found out about Dr. Chris through my daughter-in-law who had injured her back. And I had had back surgeries in '76 and '77, and she had the same symptoms I had, and I told her she would probably wind up having back surgery. And she said she was going to try Dr. Chris first, and after about a year's time, she's been doing very well. At the same time, I had a very sure left shoulder that became so stiff I could no longer put my own t-shirt on and off. I had to have my wife help me, and the same thing with coveralls, which I wear a lot of when I'm off. And with that situation, most of my friends had wound up having shoulder surgery because we're on Medicare and I have a supplement. Well, I didn't care to do surgery, and so I came to Dr. Chris, and he said he could help me. And within a matter of 6 weeks or so, I could put my t-shirt back on again, and I could put my own coveralls back on again. And part of the original problem was that my arm would fall asleep while I was trying to sleep and wake me up, and that is no longer happens. And also he asked me about other problems I might be having, and ever since the surgeries in '76 and '77, which were on the right lower back, I've had some pain in the left lower back. And I went to different chiropractors, and they would help it, but not exactly get rid of it. And so he said, well, I'll work on that too. And so in a matter of a few weeks, I no longer have that constant nagging pain in my lower back. I said, well, that's pretty good with no medicine. So I had this finger here that was very, very swollen, this joint, and very, very red, and it would throb all the time. And I just assumed that it was arthritis. And so I showed it to him, no, I said, it's sort of an infection, but he said, I can get it out. And I said to myself, well, have at it, with no medicine. And sure enough, in 3 or 4 treatments, as you can see, I move it very well and no longer have any pain in it and no longer have any redness in it. So with the success that I've had with Dr. Chris, I know that I've invited at least 6 people that came to see him and that had success also. And I would recommend him to anyone at any time for almost anything you might have, because I've also had a problem in my left upper shoulder, but not the shoulder itself, near to the neck in this area, that for years I thought was probably a bone spur, because it was another thing that the chiropractors could help a little bit but not necessarily do away with. And he has actually gotten rid of that pain in that area. And I'm not necessarily pain-free because of my age, but I'm 100% better than I was before I came to Dr. Chris.